Graph and analyze absolute value functions. Absolute value function is a function that contains an algebraic expression within absolute value symbols. For an absolute value function, f of x equals absolute value of x. That's what's called the parent function. So it's like the function before you mess with it. It is the simplest of the functions in a family. Okay, so we're going to talk about domain and range only on this first one, and domain and range is on every homework problem you need to do. Okay, so absolute value of x, what is the... Only 1/6, you got it. Let me get my signature going here. Ada, what's the absolute value of -3? If I plug in -3 right there, what absolute value -3? Absolute value -2, Oakley? Absolute value of -1, Chris? Absolute value of 0, Hadley?
0.
Keep going, Hadley.
1, 2, 3.
Pretty easy, yeah? So we start with a big fat dot right in the middle. What's that point called again in a coordinate plane? It's 0, 0, but it's specifically the origin, yeah. And then we're just going up. What shape is this graph? It's a V. So absolute value is always in the shape of a V. Ooh, that was wobbly. Okay. So what? Remember, you have arrows on the end. So what is the domain of this function over here? What's the domain? All reals. Double stick R. How about the range? Where do the y values start on this function? Add 0 and they go up forever. How do I write that with a greater than or less than? Y is what? Greater than or equal to 0. Perfect. Okay. What's the x-intercept? Where does it cross the x-axis?
0.
Where does it cross the y-axis? 0. Easy, right? So the function before you mess with it, no problem. Easy to draw. Okay. So our next little blank spot here, the graph. To graph absolute value functions using a table, it's best to place the vertex in the middle. So we're going to make this chart. So the vertex is right here, right? We put it in the middle. So when you make your charts, we're going to set the absolute value part equal to 0 and solve for x. And we're always going to put that in the middle. And then we're going to go smaller numbers going up and then bigger numbers going down. Okay, I'm not going to make you graph 7 different order pairs every time, but sometimes when you graph these things, you end up with only one side of the V, so you might have to graph some negative numbers as well. We're going to try to stick with 5, but we'll see kind of how it works. So we want to place a vertex in the middle. Was the whole point of that long. Okay, so step 1, find the x value of the vertex. We're going to do that by setting the expression from inside the absolute value bars equal to 0 and solving for x. Okay. Step 2, we're going to place this x value in the 4th row of your table. Could be the 3rd row depending how many order pairs you use, but we'll say 4th. Above it was the 4th row. And then we're going to graph the order pairs. Okay, in that highlighted thing, it says set the expression from the inside of the absolute value bars equal to 0. So we'll do that first. X minus 4 equals 0. What's x equal? You can do that in your head. It's not that hard, right? X equals 4. So when I make my little table of values here, we're going to do it where we show the work in the middle of the table. I'm going to show you how to find all these values on your graphing calculator as well. So you can double check your answers. So we solved it and we got 4, so we placed that in the middle of our chart. And then we're going smaller numbers going up. So I'm going to go 3 and 2, and then we're going to go 5 and 6. Most of the time when you do this part where you solve the middle of the absolute value, set it equal to 0 and solve, this middle one will end up being the vertex. It doesn't always work that way, but almost always. Okay? So when we plug this in, we just say absolute value 4 minus 4. And I'm going to fill in the rest of the chart. 3 minus 4 up top, and you guys can fill it in too. So in math, if you do the same thing, right, over and over again, you're less likely to mess it up. So I just plug everything into the chart, and then I'll do the math later, so I can get used to the math as we do it. So if I'm looking here, Gabby, what's 2 minus 4? Negative 2. Absolute value negative 2? 2. Good job. So we get the order pair 2 comma 2. Okay, I'm just going to do all that math first. So Cade, 3 minus 4? Negative 1. Absolute value negative 1? Positive 1. Good. So 3 comma 1. So look for a pattern in the y values. What do you see so far? They're going up or down by how many?
They're going down by 1.
Down by 1. So let's see if that pattern holds, right? The only time it won't hold, I forgot the absolute value bars right here. The only time it won't hold is if we have like a number in front of the x, like 3/4 or 2 or negative 2 or something. Then it'll get messed up, the pattern. But if it's just x minus or plus something in the absolute value bars, that pattern will hold, right? Could either go up or down by a couple, depending. 4 minus 4 is what? Absolute value of 0? Still 0. Thank you.
You're welcome.
4 comma 0. 5 minus 4? Absolute value of 1? 1. So look, it went down by 1, and now what's it doing? Going up by 1, right? So 6 comma 2. So that's the v part, right? The y values are going to go down on one side, stop at the vertex, and then go up on the other side, right? First order pair I'm going to graph is 4, 0, because I think that's going to be the vertex. So I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll graph 5, 1. 6, 2 is off the graph, but we can kind of guesstimate it. And then we have 3, 1. We have 2, 2. Right? And then we can draw the graph. What's the domain? All real still, right? What's the range? Where do the y values start? That's where the x values start, right? Y values start right here at 0, and then they go up forever. So y is greater than or equal to 0. So don't let the 4 mess you up, right? That's the x value of that vertex. The y value is 0, right? You can see right here. Y value 0, and they're bigger than 0, so greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so we're going to take, leave the absolute value in there. I'm going to say 0 instead of this y, right? So I'm going to say 0 equals absolute value of 3/4 x, close the absolute value plus 3. So here's what I want you to remember about this, and you have to do it all the time when you're dealing with these absolute values. You have to get the absolute value by itself first. Get the absolute value by itself first. Do you remember that I'm going to check your notes during your test?
Yeah.
And you're using multiple colors in your notes? Right? Because I won't continually remind you of that, Evan. You got 3:30. You're out. Okay? Get absolute value by itself first. So what am I going to do to make that happen? Subtract 3 from both sides. When I do that, I get negative 3 equals, now I'm going to drop the absolute value bars because I have it by itself. 3/4 x. I'm going to just move that over a little bit because I'm going to multiply. How do I get rid of that 3/4? I could multiply by 4. I could also kill 2 birds with 1 stone, multiply by the reciprocal, right? Because that just gets rid of that fraction. So handy. Right? Because when I do that, the 4's cancel and the 3's cancel, and I'm left with just that x on the right side. Anyone remember how to multiply fractions? You guys get so scared of fractions, right? Don't let it freak you out. You just go straight across top and bottom. So if it helps you to put that negative 3 over 1, put it over 1, right? And then when we multiply these, you just go straight across. So 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Negative 12 divided by 3 is, okay, it's a kind of 4. Negative 4. Good. Right? Don't forget that negative. So negative 4 is going to go in the middle of our chart. Now when I make my chart, though, there's another little wrinkle to it. Because we try to make the math as easy as possible, right? You've been doing math the hard way all these years, right? Now you finally have a teacher that's going to be like, why would you do it that way? That's so hard. Make it easy, right? So we're going to put negative 4 in the middle. Make our little XY table. Put negative 4 right here in the middle. I don't want to pick negative 3. Because if I plug in negative 3 into my function here, I get this horrible fraction, right? I get negative 9/4. That kind of sucks. So what I can do is I look at the denominator. Denominator is 4. And I'm going to choose multiples of that denominator to plug in for my x values, right? Because if I plug in 4 right here, what is the answer for the absolute value part? If I have 3/4 times 4, what do I get? The 4's cancel and I get 3. Okay, it makes it easier because you end up with whole numbers to graph. So what's smaller than negative 4 that's a multiple of 4? Smaller. Further away. Multiple of 4. Negative 8. Good. So I'm going to choose negative 8 up here. Notice how I'm giving myself a lot of room because I got to write a fraction. So what's the next easy? What's always the easiest number to plug in? 0. 2. It's all good, man. And then what's the next biggest multiple of 4 I can choose? 4. So we're going to try to get away with only plugging in those 4 points. Right, again, I'm always trying to do it the easiest way. And if I get enough of the V here, then I'm just going to draw the V, right? But if you end up with one side of the V, right, if I have this part of the V, I need to pick some ordered pairs over here. You know to do that, right? Because you know it's in the shape of a V. Absolute value is always in the shape of a V. So we're going to put the function part in the middle. So we get 3/4 x in absolute value bars plus 3. I'm going to give myself some room over there. And then I'm going to do, oh, that was funny, xy over here. I always just like to put the ordered pair. I find it easier. So I'm going to plug in the x values I chose, and then we'll do the math later, right? So plug them all in, and then I'm just going to put a times in the middle instead of parentheses because it gets too busy visually. Notice how I'm putting it over 1 each time. How you doing? I'm not going to put 0 over 1 because I know it's a 0. Okay. All right. You ready for some math in your head? It's going to be really fun. So let's go with Emma. What is 3 times 8? Your name's not Emma. 3 times negative 8 is negative 24, right? 24 divided by 4? 6. So negative 6, absolute value negative 6 is 6 plus 3 is 9. Good job. It's stressful doing that in front of the class, right? I fully acknowledge that, but I still want you to do it. Okay. Now we'll pick on Peyton. 3 times negative 4, and she's got a broken pencil.
Oh, what was it?
3 times negative 4, we're right up here.
Negative 12.
Negative 12 divided by 4,
Negative 3.
negative 3, absolute value negative 3,
3.
3 plus 3, 6. Oops, negative 4 is 6. Okay, what do I get, Abbott? What do I get for this one? That's the easy one. 3, right? Because the absolute value part cancels. That part goes away and all I have left is 3. So when I plug in 0, I get 3. Always plug in 0 if you can plug in 0. Again, make it easy on yourself. 0, comma 3. Okay, when I do this one right here, what do I get for that part, Kate? 3 times 4 is? 3 times 4? You? Yeah.
12.
12. 12 divided by 4 is?
3.
Absolute value of 3 is? 3 plus 3 is? 4 comma 6. So let's graph those order pairs. The grid goes to 8s, negative 8 and positive 8. So we can go negative 8, 9. That means my point's going to be a little above that upper left-hand corner of the grid. Then I'm going to go negative 4, 6. Then I'm going to go 0, 3. Then I have 4, 6. Right, and we could have graphed this point as well, had we wanted to, but I know it's a V, right, so I can just move that.
See? What's happening?
What makes that graph move up 3? What part of the equation makes a graph move up 3? This part or this part? This part, right? That makes it move up 3. Just because you're going to have to graph these things in all sorts of very uncomfortable ways eventually. And we'll throw like every kind of graph at you on one test. And it'll make your head want to explode, right? So you got to just chill out about it. It's going to be okay. You can get it right. Now get your graphing calculator out because I want to show you how to do this on your graphing calculator. Because I want you to have the ability to plug this equation into your graphing calculator and double check your answers. Okay? And we'll do it with these last 2 examples we have so we make sure everyone can double check their answers. Okay? So you hit y equals. Do you have anything in there cleared out? Y equals is upper left button. You got it. I'll help you guys too later on if you need. Now we got to find the absolute value. Okay? So to find the absolute value, you hit math right here. Middle left, hit math. And then we go over up top to number. You can kind of see how my number is. Right arrow. The very first thing is absolute value. So you hit absolute value.
Wait.
I'll do it again. You hit math, you go right arrow to number, and absolute value, you just hit enter. Okay? And then I'll show you the absolute value bars. If you have a really old calculator, it might say ABS with the beginning parenthesis. So don't freak out. It means the same thing. Just make sure you close that parenthesis. And then we are going to put in 3/4. So the newer calculators, if you go alpha y equals, it'll give you options for a fraction and you hit 1.
I'm not going to remember this.
You're going to have to. So you will remember. You go alpha y equals and it's option 1. You don't have to have that fraction. You can just hit. You can just go like this. You have the beginning absolute value. You can hit 3, then divide 4, like that. Okay? But if you have another number inside of there, you have to put that 3/4 in parentheses. If you do it this way, you don't need the parentheses, which is handy. Yeah, good luck figuring it out on there. Yikes. They won't have all those fancy little options like that. You just have to hit divide. I wonder if it even has absolute value. Yeah. Okay. So let's say it didn't work like that for you, right? You just go math over to number, enter, and you can do it like this too. 3/4, and then I would have to put that in parentheses. And then I have to put X after that parenthesis.
Wait, can you go back again?
Hold on.
Mine doesn't work.
We haven't hit anything yet. It's
How did
how did I do what?
Can I just put it 3/5?
I'll help people now because it's a good time to. Oh, you want to be in white house first of all. You got to remember to cover your calculator because it'll hit random stuff in there, and I'll put it down here where you can't see it, and then it won't work right, and that's just data. So math. That's, you got the old school, yeah, the ABS. Just make sure you close it. You got to put that. I think you have to put the 3/4 in parentheses. We'll see. Yeah. So you would have to go like this. Watch. I think you have to do it like this. So we have to get that. So this means it's doing 3/4 X inside of the absolute value bars. Because if we put the X next to the 4, it's like 3 divided by 4X. And that's not what it is. It's 3/4 X. It's a pain in the neck to put it in those things.
That's like the process.
Because look.
Why can't I do it? I'm really good. Wait, I just added like face was like, why not? You're really like this. Oh, shit. Oh, I
Oh yeah.
I can do this. I can't. Ew, I don't like that. I can't do that one. I was really aggressive. Hitting it. I mentioned it. I don't have it. It's not genetic. That makes it. No, it's
I'll be nice.
to be honest, genetic. None of my family can do it. It's that there's no way it's genetic.
I'll be nice.
That's why. Wait. Yeah, I don't know. Because like my mom can do it, but my dad can't. And like he can do it, can't do it.
Oh,
It's so easy. I don't holding your tongue. There's definitely
Oh, wait, what's up? Oh, wait. If Riley's give them some shit. And you can, so, well, I was saying, like, it's open to at 6. And so, like, I just get your stuff. I'll just keep my car. What did I do?
Okay, so let me plug this in real quick. What was it? Did you put in +3 after absolute value bars yet? Put that in. So you got to go outside of the absolute value like that. Okay? Plus 3 outside of absolute value. Then just hit graph. For you, you can just put plus 3 at the end and you're good. Your graph should look like that.
Mine did a straight line. Why does mine not look
Your
like
graph
that?
doesn't look like that.
I don't know what's going on. I need help.
Can't even be mad at it like that.
So this
Oh, I
plus
put it
3.
in the app.
Oh, you did. Delete, watch. That's all it is. Plus 3. Do plus 3 in your graph.
Does it say what it is? I did not take
Oh, yes.
Hey, bro, that's on the signature.
I forgot that.
I've been practicing.
You need an X in
How do you
there.
do X?
So it goes, we want to go like this. See this INS? Insert parentheses.
Sign the middle of science worksheet. I might have gotten it. See it.
And right in here, I want to put the X. You gotta put it all like that. That's pretty massive. And then the graph normal.
Oh, wait,
I
that
want to
was
see if it works without. So you're good. You only need that.
It's out.
It should work. I'm going to show you guys.
Because I had it and I cleared it. You didn't practice.
Inside plus 3. Okay, hit second graph so you can see the ordered pairs. Second graph to see them. I'll help you in a sec, Chris. Let me just get the ordered pairs up there. All right, so we plugged in -8. What do we get? 9. Second graph. We plugged in 0, we got 3. We plugged in 4, we got 6. We plugged in 8, we got 9. Second graph. Second graph. No, just hit second graph right now. You don't have to go back anywhere. It'll show you those order pairs. Oh, it is? Yes, you can. Let me help Chris. He's about to start screaming. Let me see if Yep. What? It's fine. It's better. So we're going to go second. See that n divided by b. 1.
Just for fun, Jack. Oh, his screen's way bigger. Oh, okay, bro. Mine's on
I'm being nice.
I'll figure that out. Okay, so that's how you can check. Do the same thing. Let's put in -2. Hit y equals. We're going to do the next example down. We're going to clear this out. Remember, your negative is down here. You can't hit minus. You got to hit the negative.
How do you get decimals?
Okay? Make a decimal.
How do you get decimals up there instead of fractions? Because mine is.
I'll show you. I'm not sure. I got to check. Something weird happened with that. Now we're going to go math over to number again, right? We're doing the last example. And then we're going to plug in whatever it was, +1, +1. Absolute value x plus 1, like that. Try to do it. Make sure you remember. Math over to number for absolute value. You good? No, you get out the -2 first. Second, insert, put -2. Over here. X plus 1.
In the parentheses?
Yep. And then close that parentheses. Graph.
This is it, why?
Upside down.
Are we stupid?
Yep. No, I wasn't saying you're stupid. You see, she took it that way. I'm like, no, that's not what I was saying. Are you good? Did you get how to do it? Good.
What the hell?
Hadley's got the calculator. Are you good? You're done?
I give up.
You're good? Yeah. So X plus 1. No, you're not. Math. Number.
And then graph.
Enter.
Ah,
Yeah,
I
graph.
copied this one's page.
Yeah? But I make you show work on your test.
Am I right on my bench?
Y equals.
Mr. Evans.
Okay, clear that out. Math over to numbers. Do -2 first though.
Wait, second,
Yes.
second math?
Mr. Evans, what is that?
Yep. You gotta do -2 first though. Second answer is -2. X plus 1. You're supposed to plug it in your calculator so you can see. Are we good? Yeah, you're good. Nice. Hit graph. Oh, you're good.
I got it.
To see the table, second graph. Anyone else need help? You go second graph to see the points. Second. Go grab it quick. Okay, we're gonna clear this out. You go -2. Now, number. That's your value. Put in X plus 1. So X is right here. Plus 1.
Oh, wait, how do you
Just go back. It's okay. It's just a plus. Over right. And then make sure you close the parentheses. Plus 1. Yep. Close the parentheses. The graph.
Look like the numbers I got on here.
That is the correct graph. Yes. Okay.
My numbers are like,
So we got to fill out the table.
oh, it's
I did my favorite move where I leave my Apple Pencil. Did I leave it over there? Apple Pencil. I like set it down. Just white Apple Pencil. Who sees my Apple Pencil? I left it somewhere. My favorite thing to do. I usually put it in my pocket, but I didn't.
Well, how does it get the actual?
Oh, second graph. I didn't leave it over there.
How do I do X What's X -2?
Negative makes it go upside down. The 2 makes it skinnier. Okay? Left or right. I gotta stop that habit. It's a bad habit. Okay. So the math behind what you have to show on your homework is coming up. On your homework, you're going to show it like this. You're going to say 0 equals -2, absolute value x plus 1. Okay. My question is, what is the operation in between this -2 and the absolute value bar? Multiply. So I have to undo the multiplication by dividing. Okay. Then as soon as I have the absolute value by itself, that bars drop. The absolute value bars drop.
why wouldn't you distribute the -2?
You can never distribute into an absolute value. They're like kind of sacred walls. You can't ever distribute into. You can only divide or multiply stuff away. So we subtract 1 from both sides. It's a good question because that's a common mistake. Go ahead, ask. You're good? Oh, something else? Okay. So -1 equals x. And that's where I'm going to start my table. -1 in the middle. So my x up top. Tell me if you're lost. I can help. Or once you get to homework, I can help you as well, right? Because we're almost at homework time now. What do I write above the -1? What's smaller than -1? -2. It's the negatives will mess with your head, right? You can say the wrong thing all the time. It happens. So we go 0 and 1. Okay? Now I'm going to write my function up here. And then I'm going to write my ordered pair xy at the end. and I'm going to plug everything in. So I just plug all 5 points in right away. You have to show me this work. I showed you how to do it in the calculator. You still have to show me the work. And it might make you mad, but I don't care. It's a good way to double check, right? Because when you know you got things correct, it gives you confidence in math. How many people have shaky confidence in math? Raise your hand if your confidence is a little shaky in math, right? But you're going to be so much more confident after this year because I will teach you every trick that I know, every easiest way to do the problems that I know, so that will give you confidence, which is nice. So just plug all these things in and then we'll talk about the math. Okay, right at the top here, let's go with Sophie. So right here, what's negative 3 plus 1? Negative 2, absolute value negative 2. What is it? Yes. Absolute value negative 2 is 2. 2 times negative 2? 2 times negative 2. Negative 4. Good job. It's stressful. I totally understand that's stressful when I do that to you. I don't care. We're still going to do it all the time. And you got it right. Good job. Right? Let's go with Jackson. Negative 2 plus 1.
Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1.
Negative 1. Absolute value negative 1?
1.
1 times negative 2.
Negative 2.
Good job. Negative 2, comma, negative 2. Okay. This one's the easy one. What's this one? Anyone? What do I get? 0. Yeah. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 times anything is still 0. So we get 0 right there. Negative 1, comma, 0. What? So what's the pattern right now? It's going up or down by 2? Up. Negative 4, negative 2, 0, right? Going closer to 0 is going up. And the scale, right? 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 times negative 2, negative 2. So we get 0, comma, negative 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 times negative 2. 1, comma, negative 4. So negative 1, 0. There's our order pair. And then negative 2, negative 2. 0, negative 2. Do you guys remember talking about in Algebra 1 axis of symmetry? This graph is symmetrical through the vertex right there. Just
You're graphing that wrong.
negative 1, 0 is right here. Right? Negative 2 is right here. 0, negative 2 is right
That's
here.
positive.
Oh, I didn't do it upside down. You're right. Thank you. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes too. It's all good. I had positive 2 in my head. Why? I don't know. Thanks for telling me, Cade. Cade's like, wait a minute. This does not make sense. Okay. So now we have 1, negative 4, which is right here. And then we have negative 3, negative 4, which is right here. Okay. And then we can draw our V. Okay. What would the domain be? What's the domain? All reals. What's the range? Greater or less than 0? Less than 0. Okay. Good. There's your homework.